gonna be a good day. Hello, St. Rose. Thank you very much for tuning in to another episode of St. Rose Rocks, music for the Golden Knights by the Golden Knights, and we have a special band for you guys today. We have Allie and Jake from Laveda. Allie and Jake, thanks for coming on.
Absolutely. Thanks for having us.
All right, guys, could you tell us about the first song you're going to be showing us?
Yeah, so the first song we have is Dream Sleep, which is the first song we've released. Actually, it's the newest song that we've written, at least for the album, weirdly enough, but we ended up releasing it first just because we were in the studio and kind of were guided by people. They were like, this is the song.
It's a funny story, actually.
We were literally in our pajamas, in the studio, and we
should not have been in the studio.
We shouldn't have been in the studio. We were in Brooklyn.
We slept there.
We slept there, and we were in our pajamas waking up, listening to what we had done the night before. And in the studio next door, this guy just walks in and he's like, hey, I'm so sorry to interrupt. I needed to come see who is in here. And we were just sitting on the couch in our pajamas. And he's like, yeah, I work for Pitchfork. And we were just like, okay. We were just like, oh no. And then he was like, yeah, this is really cool. And what song is this? And he's like, send me this. This is really sick.
And we're like, we have to finish it right now.
It's not even done. So that's kind of how it became the first song, because we had just kind of this guy who's now our friend from Pitchfork, and he just gave us these really nice words of encouragement and was like, this should be your first song.
Awesome. That's a really cool and interesting story. So guys, for you guys to listen to now, this is Dream Sleep by Laveda. Now, one thing's for sure, before this whole quarantine happened, you guys had a really impressive run of things going on before all this. You guys got nominated for some Eddies. You went on tour. Everything was looking really hot, and you still have upcoming projects going on despite all this stuff. Could you talk about just kind of about like the Eddies and the tour for us for a sec?
Well, we had been planning our tour centered around South by Southwest, which we applied for back in, it was like November, I think, of 2019. No, I think it was earlier than that. But yeah, so we found out we were going to be playing at South by Southwest, and I think it was November when we found out. And so we decided to book like a whole tour around it, which Jake mostly booked, and you know, I kind of helped a little. Yeah, it was crazy. We were just like, okay, we're going, so we might as well like book this whole tour down, something we had never done before.
And we booked it actually because Joe was saying that the Lemon of Choice record, Joe's our drummer, the Lemon of Choice record was coming out around that same time period. So we're like, let's just both tour. So we both get the road experience. We both can help each other out with stuff on the road. And it was awesome. It was a great experience.
So we were lucky enough to be able to go because it was kind of before the whole coronavirus thing just like exploded, at least publicly. We got like all the way down to Houston. And then South by was like canceled, like kind of when we were a little more than halfway when we were in Atlanta. And we still had these other shows booked. So we finished out the tour and then came home. But yeah, it was crazy. It was really fun, but also kind of hectic because of like all the news. It was like we were like storm chasers or something, like with the coronavirus.
It was really funny when we were heading back to New York because like we, you know, stop at like rest areas and stuff like that. And people would ask us like, where are you heading? Like, you're obviously not from here. And we're like, oh, you know, just back to New York. And they're like, why are you going there? Like, that's like the danger zone.
Like, don't go there. And we're like, we live there.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's pretty funny.
And then the Eddies, we got nominated for the Eddies Best New Alt Artist, I think it was.
Alt or Indie.
Alt or Indie, yeah. That was just like a surprise. Like, I wasn't really expecting it. I know like it's a pretty new thing that they're doing because last year they did it, and this year like just scrolling through the list of nominees, like it's really cool to like be one of those artists that's recognized alongside some really great other like local artists that we like admire and some of our friends too. So
it was cool to be on the same like nomination as Candy Ambulance.
Yeah.
We were gonna do our album release show with them, but not anymore.
Yeah, I know that was gonna be cool, but
maybe live stream concert.
Maybe.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Guys, could you tell our audiences how you guys formed?
Jake and I have known each other since high school, so we played in a band together before we formed Laveda. And, you know, we gigged around the capital region, mostly Albany area, Saratoga. It was very helpful, I think, for us because we kind of got to know the scene. We got to meet other bands when we were still kind of young. I mean, Jake was in college for a good amount of it in Rochester, but we traveled a lot. Like, he would come home a lot, and we did play some shows in Rochester too, but I was still in high school, and then I had started at Purchase, and then I came to St. Rose actually because I wanted to do more industry stuff, and I wanted to be closer to the band because we were all based in upstate New York. We all went to school, and just everyone kind of like life stuff kind of, you know, split our ways with the old band. But Jake and I have always kind of linked in terms of musical tastes, I think, and just like styles, and we started writing together more exclusively, and then we kind of just all of a sudden had a bunch of songs.
So we tried writing stuff together for like the band that we were in at the time, but really most of the songs just turned into like to be what they had to be. It turned into more of this separate project, more shoegazy and distorted, crazy.
Yeah, it definitely took us a while, like, to kind of figure out what we wanted because we experimented with a lot of different styles, like mostly like alternative rock and like I guess alternative pop, and now I think we're more experimental and like have a little bit more of not like synth pop, but like I don't know, just like we use like a lot of drum machines now and stuff, which
It's
I
a little
think
more
is,
electronic.
yeah, it's just like a little more electronic, but still with that kind of like this is a band intention, and we just kind of add these other elements to make it sound bigger.
It's a very involved process recording an album. Our album that's going to be coming out on May 29th probably took us about like 2 years to make.
Quite a process.
Yeah, it took a while, but it took the time it needed to take.
Yeah, we're very happy that it's finally going to be coming out soon, so that's good.
So guys, can you tell us about the second song you're going to be showing us?
The second song is going to be Blue Beach, which will be coming out when the album comes out on Spotify, so this is like a little
sneak peek.
It's definitely different than what it's going to sound like on the record, but it's like a stripped down like drum machine, like 90s vibes, you know.
It's definitely one of our songs that's kind of like rooted in more of a love song, but it's also vague. Like I think it's kind
Super
of
vague.
It's
because
very
I wrote it.
Yeah, Jake took most of the lyrics on that one. I still think like it means something to me, but it's like hard to put it into words. I think there's like a lot of different things that I think it means.
I've always thought it was like a post-apocalyptic beach and like a depressed surfer that can't surf anymore.
That's like the picture, but then it means something totally
like the
different.
Yeah.
Like the lyrics are like not at all like post-apocalyptic. They're totally just like
a lot of our songs lyrically are post-apocalyptic. Not this one.
But not really this one, yeah.
It's all cool, and to be honest, it's fine that a song can be vague because that leaves a whole world of interpretation for your listeners so that they can find their own stories in it. So,
Yeah.
That's like my favorite thing about music too, I feel like. So I'm like, we should do that, you know?
Way to go to put it out there and kind of give a whole new story for every individual. That's great. So a little sneak peek for you guys. This is Blue Beach by Laveda.
understand it all. I sleep away the hours, hear no sound. And I want it so bad, but there's not a lot to say. And you should know by now that you can't be this way. Oh, I should go, but could I stay in? Oh, you made it so that I can't forget. Oh, I don't want to be like the rest. Oh, I need to know why you're in my head. In the ashes, baby, there's nowhere I could know. Taking pictures with the light from the snow. Oh, I should go, but could I stay in? Oh, you made it so that I can't forget. Oh, I should go, but I don't wanna be like the rest. Oh, I need to know why you're in my head.
So, guys, we've been kind of hinting at this a little bit, but could you tell us about the upcoming album that y'all have?
Yes. So our album is titled What Happens After, and it's going to be available everywhere on May 29th.
And on vinyl.
And on vinyl too, which is, it's like, we never thought that we would have a vinyl for our first record, but we do, and it's kind of crazy. And then we have a single coming out May 8th. Yeah.
Called Rager.
And that's, Rager. And that one's pretty high energy. Very, I think it's fitting for the kind of the circumstances that we're all in right now. But also it's just kind of like a warm weather track, in my opinion. Hopefully people like it. Hopefully it gets them excited for the album. We were planning to tour after our album comes out, but you know.
Maybe more of a late summer, fall tour, maybe. If
Yeah,
we get
right.
Something going. I feel you. I had shows all booked too, ready to go, and
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I've definitely appreciated the chill time, but I've also been able to get some stuff done that I never would have been able to do.
We've been able to
Yeah.
like really reach out to a lot of people so far, and we're planning on continuing to do that just for like album press.
We've definitely talked to and met a lot of people digitally that we would have met had this not been going on.
Yeah.
Which you can see as sort of a positive thing.
definitely. There's a lot of good things that can come out of this, and I'm glad that you guys were able to kind of hit the pause button on some things, but it allowed you to keep going and try new avenues. That's awesome.
Mhm.
Do you guys have any other upcoming stuff that you guys would like to talk about?
So we did a Tiny Desk contest video,
Ooh.
which we're really excited about. We did it with Derek, not sold. Yeah, so that's just another thing, I guess, that we probably wouldn't have done if it weren't for this quarantine.
Definitely wouldn't have done it.
We're like, last year we heard about it and we wanted to do it, and then it was like the deadline passed and we were like, oh my god, because we just play a lot of shows and stuff like that. But now we're kind of trapped, so it was really fun. It was a cool thing to film, and we can't wait for you all to see it. So.
Oh, that's so cool. It sounds like that you guys are a true testament of the hard work and determination that can still go on during this very strange and different time. So kudos to you guys. That's really cool about everything.
We still play a lot of Animal Crossing. But
yes.
We do work after Animal Crossing.
Wake up.
Animal Crossing first, though.
Yeah.
Animal Crossing first.
Gotta get that morning news from Tom Nook, you know? Not though, because we've leveled up.
Yeah.
Moving up in the world.
Moving up.
Maybe one day we'll do like a get together in Animal Crossing once our island is cooler.
I don't know if we can even.
Not be good.
We'll see. I hope the pandemic's over before we get to that point.
Yeah. Hopefully.
Fingers crossed.
Absolutely.
Guys, Allie, Jake, thank you so much for coming on. Really appreciate you guys. Can you tell everybody where they can find your music? Do you have a website? Any pages they should go follow?
Yep.
Yeah, so we have a website, lavedaband.com, and then we are most active on our Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter probably, and that's just at Laveda Music, one word, all lowercase. So,
And then, we have Spotify,
BandCamp.
all streaming services.
And we have merch available on BandCamp too. We still have a lot of merch because we had planned to sell a good amount at South by. So if you want to buy merch, you can buy it on BandCamp, or you can just text me if you have my number somewhere. Facebook Messenger.
Anything.
Hit us up.
You hear that, guys? If you want to get out of the stuff that you've been wearing for the past 3 weeks, get yourself some Laveda merchandise. And
we'll wash it. We'll wash it before, even though it's never been worn, but just the coronavirus.
Just to be safe. Good to put in there. Again, guys, thank you so much for coming on. This has been fantastic.
Thanks for having us, Connor.
Thank you.
Not a problem. As always, I got to thank Student Development, Student Association, the St. Rose Marketing Team, and the college in general. If you have something that you want to have showcased on St. Rose Rocks, or you just want to have a little shout out, feel free to reach out to me at walshc907@stros.edu. You guys are the reason that St. Rose rocks. I'm glad we got to spend some time.